Kia ora and welcome to Craft Artosaurus. My name's Paula and today is Sunday, Funday, Scroll Day. I'm sorry, I'm having fun with that. So I think I've worked out what I'm going to do along here, and even though I've got the boat in the background with all those beautiful waves and everything, I'm going to put some little houses back here. So yeah, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I've got lots of scrap material here, and I'm just going to work out a little house shape. I guess I should do this. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got another piece there. Yep, here's some cardboard. Well, I'm going to grab my scissors so I can make a template for the house. I want them all to be the same. So yeah, so I'm liking that size. Just need that to be straight. And I want to do, I'm going to try and get it all nice and even so it looks right. Then from there I'll draw around and do a pretty kind of, yeah, housey thing. It's making sense in my head. Slightly off, is it? No, there we go. So like those English beach houses I've seen on TV, not that we have them here. So I put one there and put another one there, and another one isn't going to fit there, so we can do one here. I do like it there, so I'm going to do it one here. If I put two fingers down, and I can put another one there, that would be quite sweet. Okay, so we're going to do two houses. I'm going to keep this piece of cardboard. This is scrap and I'll throw that in my bin. Keep your little pieces of cardboard when you're an artist. You never know when they're going to come in handy. So I quite like this material and I can definitely get a little house out of there. See? I just went over and grabbed lots of little bits. I think, yeah, I like those two together. There we go. I've never cut into this one, so that'll be exciting. Right. Here we go, making a little house. And I found my beads, my lovely beads the other day for shell beads. So, so happy when I found those. So I can put some shells on now. So I can put those in front of the these little houses that I make. Just holding on to this, putting it back in the middle, just using it as a little template, as we all do. From time to time it's nice to have a little template, so it just makes things a little easier. So I think I'm going to put that one just here. I want it quite near the bottom, and yep, I like it. I like it a lot, so that's cool. And this is also why you keep your little scraps of material. This one isn't so much a little scrap of material though, is it? I really want that yellow stripe there, so I'm putting it in a, oh, you see, a part of me likes that, even though it's a little bit, I'm wasting a little bit, I'm going to go with it because I really like that. It's just a teeny weeny little bit that I'm using, it doesn't matter. So much fun. Oh, this was a good idea. Glad I thought of it. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that That is such a cool little holiday. Yep, I can see that. I really want another one in between, but I don't think it's going to fit. Oh, it would, but it would cover up. Do I mind? I don't think I do mind. So I'm going to go with, what's a pink here? Oh, look, I love that. Checkered or stripes? I think I like the checkered one. Just looks nice. It looks like a piece of candy. And there we go, just a little bit out of this corner. Let's just check here. Oops, put that one there. Oh, I could put that so that it comes down like that. Oh, there, that solves it, doesn't it? And I still have a fun funky. That's what I'm going to do. What do you think? Well, doesn't matter what you think, I'm doing it. I feel like, I was going to say I would like to glue them on, but I can't see my glue. Here it is. I'm going to glue these on. I was thinking I'll pin them on, but I'm over pins. And that will be, I think this will be near the end of the Sunday scroll day. I just need to get the buttons and put them on, which I will show you. But I think next week we will start a different scroll. So I'm just going to do another scroll. This one's going to go portrait. So this is landscape. It's going across, and I'd like to do a portrait one coming down. So we'll put that all together next week and have loads of fun with that, I am sure. No, I think it's rather neat that we're finishing with the little beach houses. Very English, and that's cool because Annie Claxton inspired this with her wonderful little one that she did there on the giveaway one year on Arty Farty Annie. Quite like it there. And I'll just put this away. Fix up the bottom of this house so it's not off the scroll. And I also need to do a little bit of blanket stitch all around it to make the edges look pretty. I think it needs a little bit more in the sky in places, so I'd like to add a few birds and bits and pieces like that. So hopefully I can find a bit of time. I only try and spend half an hour on this. So yeah, there's my little tangle, and I can see loads of blue in here, which is really exciting because obviously I must like blue. I was watching someone do one of those embroidery kits the other day that I've been getting off Temu, and you know, it says on it to use so many strands when you do your embroidery, like I think it's 2 or something like that. So sometimes it says 1 and then sometimes it says 2. Well, I found out that actually means when it says 1, it means 1 piece with 6 threads on it. So I've done all my embroideries from Temu wrong, so who knew? So yeah, but that isn't 1 strand to me, that's 6 strands, so I was confused. So yeah, I don't know. I'm pulling off 3 because, you know, I have a 3 fixation. I was actually toying with the notion there of doing all, no, I was definitely going to do 3. I was thinking, oh, maybe I should just do 2, but a part of me finds that quite hard. So mind you, this thread from Temu is well, the threads that you get in the thread kits from Temu, they're a lot thinner, in case people haven't realised that. than the DMC threads. So yeah, I think this must be a Temu thread because it's feeling very thin compared to a normal DMC thread. Let's see. I'm looking there. See if I can see the two different ones and I can hold them up so you can see the difference. But of course I've pulled some off this now, so that's not going to help at all. Let's have a look. Well, let's have a look here. Does that look like? Yep. Can you? So this is a normal DMC. See how? And this is a Temu DMC. So I don't know if you can see the difference. There's 6 threads on each, but there is a big difference. I can feel it in my hand. This is quite thin, very, very thin, and this feels quite thick and substantial compared to the Temu one. And I had noticed that the Temu thread, when you pulled it off, like I'd got some in here, like today, I'm thinking, oh, well, I pulled off 3. It only actually feels like 2. So I don't know, I'm doing it on feeling, how you can, it's really hard to explain. I hope I am explaining it. So I find that the DMC, the normal thread that I would normally buy to do cross stitch with, even one piece of their thread is thicker, and you can feel the thickness in your hand when you have it. So it's a feel thing. So if some of you have got DMC threads and you've got the Temu ones, which I'm sure loads of people have, I would recommend that you note the differences. There is definitely a difference there. So yeah, it could also be because, I don't know, is the DMC cotton? I'm just wondering if the Temu ones aren't cotton. So that would be polyester or something. So it's not a cotton thread, which is kind of important for when you do, I don't know, maybe it's not important, but I thought it was when you did embroideries, you needed all natural. And I know they're not colour fast because if you see the tapestries, the old tapestries, and in fact, if you see any tapestry and it's been in the sun for 5 years, and then you pull it apart a little bit, you'll see inside where the sun hasn't hit will be a brighter, lovely, beautiful, bright, rather exciting colour. And I had seen that on some historical tapestries. Where was that at? I think it was actually at Palmerston North Museum. We had some, they had some tapestries in or something. And so they had them there. They were up there, and then so you could see the tapestry, and it was lit up and everything. So it was also behind glass at this stage, and then it said what it looked like 50 years ago, and they had a picture behind glass, and the colours really leaped out at you. So yeah, I do know that thread is not light fast, at least to my knowledge. So, and I'm not sure, because I know Inktense, most of those are light fast, aren't they? But they fade. So I'm not sure about Inktense fabrics, all those people who've done fabrics and everything. Now, Christine the other day on his channel was doing some lovely dyeing of some wool thread that she found in a recycle shop. I've forgotten what she called it, but that was very exciting. Yep, very, very exciting. I'm just doing an overstitch. Nothing exotic here happening, just an overstitch holding it down. It's already held down a bit with the glue, so it's very simple. While I'm doing this, I'm also looking for a light pink. So I actually have a picture in my head now, so I'm quite happy, whereas I sat down and I kind of had an idea. I was like, oh, maybe I'd like to do those little beach houses because this is a nod to Annie, and I don't think she lives by the sea. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain where she is, it's not by the sea. But then again, I think most of England's quite close to the sea, unlike America, where you can live in the heart of America or in the heart of Australia, and you would never get to see the sea. That's something quite exciting and exotic. So, yeah. Here in New Zealand, of course, you can see the sea all over the place. And today you can see the rain all over the place. Oh dear. So it's Labour weekend, which means tomorrow is a holiday. But of course, I'll be doing my Susanna piece. Don't worry about that. I could not do my Susanna piece. I'm really looking forward to it. So that means it's a long weekend here in New Zealand. Today we have street racing. So I got into my art studio lickety-split this morning. Once the street racing starts up, which I don't know if it will because, praise the Lord, it's raining. And also we're on water restrictions. What the? So it's raining, so it's going to be very hard for the street racing. It's very dangerous. They're on motorbikes and they race around Greymouth's town, and the council in there, they take the white lines off the street and everything. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to have no parks uptown because they take off all the paint with that. They do a blasting and they remove all the paints. So annoying. I'm not one of the people that support it. And also the noise, it just goes on and on all day. And most people here on the coast, they go on holiday. So my next door neighbour had her caravan out, and I thought, what? And we just had that weather bomb through where we lost power, and it turned out, I think that lightning storm, or that piece of lightning that went when I was filming that day, and then you heard the rumble of thunder, and I left quite abruptly thereafter. That hit our water station. And then I think it was like 5 o'clock that night. All of a sudden there was a conserve water notice that came out, which was weird. I thought, well, that's weird. And then of course there was a boil notice. So we're back to boiling water again. I had actually been, for the last 2 weeks, on and off, I'd been getting pretty bad stomach aches. And I noticed it was after drinking the town water. So I had gone to, we've got filtered water. And then all of a sudden I thought, no, this isn't working. And so I bought bottled water. And so I've been drinking bottled water. And that settled my stomach down quite nicely. But when I went to buy more bottled water, I didn't know about the boil notice. At that stage, there was no water in town. Everyone had gone and brought it. We had to go to the warehouse for something. I can't remember what. My husband needed something for work, and while we were there, I saw bottled water there. So I grabbed a pack of bottled water, still not knowing about the boil notice. And when we came home, and we were eating tea that night, still didn't know about the boil notice. And all of a sudden our phones went, and that's when we were informed with the alerts that you get on your phone, we're under boil notice. And I was like, well, that would have been helpful. Like, half an hour ago when we were at the warehouse, I would have got 2 containers of water. And and then Jason said, oh, no, he didn't know about, so the hospital hadn't been informed about the boil notice either. So no one had been informed about this boil notice, other than a few select people, obviously those with businesses and that had been informed, and they'd gone and bought all the water in town. So yeah. And the next thing we knew, they said, oh, well, we've got a water, because you see, no one could, then the water wasn't safe. So you've got babies in town and that sort of thing, it's not safe for them to drink the water or to make a milk up for them, although mother's breast is meant to be best. But if other people here are like me, they're bad cows. I didn't produce milk on my first baby. No milk was had by this lass here. Didn't produce it. So we were on bottles from the very beginning with my oldest daughter. And that was fine. We were kind of like, oh, well, that's how it is. But yeah, I'd forgotten about babies and that sort of thing. So they had to provide a water tanker. So there's a water tanker that you can go and get water from, that you don't have to boil. But they're only giving out 4 litres per household. And once the water tank is empty, that's it for the day. So absolutely ridiculous. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then I thought, well, how is it that our water station can be hit by lightning? I mean, I get it, that can happen. But that was at 12 o'clock. So they knew by 3 o'clock they had a problem. They'd told people there's going to be a boil notice. That's, obviously told people. And, of course, I wasn't one of the lucky ones informed. But I thought, well, this is weird. Hadn't informed the hospital, because my husband then would have informed me, and I would have, I was getting low on water. I would have gone and got a few bottles. So yeah, I was kind of, I was a bit frustrated, to tell you the truth. I was like, rah, rah, as I get sometimes. But still, it's very strange. How do we run out of water so quickly? And that's what's going through my mind. It's like, how did that happen? That we ran out of water so very, very, because it was like really quick, not a little bit quick, really, really quick. So, yeah. So, yes, so they, even though they knew, so that was on Thursday, we had the weather event. They're still running, street racing. And now, of course, they've asked everyone who's coming to Greymouth to bring their own water. Well, it wasn't just Greymouth hit with this horrible weather bomb. It actually hit further down south, worse than here. So they've got lines and lines of trees that are down. And, oh gosh, it's really bad down there. There are still towns today without any power. So, I can't be complaining really. And I'm not complaining at all. But other than the fact of, these are the places where the motorcyclists were coming from. So they've got no water in their town at all, because they've got no power. So their pump stations aren't working. So they do have water trucks, and thankfully they're not limited to 4 litres per household. 4 litres don't go very far when you've got to do your cooking with it, your drinking with it, and they say, well, you can boil the water that we've got coming out of the taps at the moment. I'm already getting sick on that water, so I don't think the water is as good as what they're saying now. So I'm a bit suspicious, I've got me Mulder and Scully on. And also I'm very suspicious at how quickly the water ran out. more than anything. That was what was confused me. Well, how can the water disappear so quickly? So I don't know. So yes, so never mind the woes here. So they've got all these people in town to do street racing. Thankfully, we've got another weather event and it's hit today. So at the moment, because I think the street racing should be starting around about now and we could hear the motorbikes. I'm not hearing them, but they could be there on the background. One of my hearing aids is playing up, so I don't know. I'm going to have to take that into Bay Audiology here in town. We're closed on Monday, so that means I need to take it in on Tuesday when I work, and I'm busy all day Tuesday. I don't know when I'm meant to go in, but without the hearing aids, I can't hear anyone or anything. So I don't know. I met people uptown yesterday and they most probably thought I was a bit rude, but I can't actually hear anything. So I ended up, I think I was shouting because I can't tell how loud I'm speaking and I didn't want them not to be able to hear. And not a lot of people here do sign language. Oh dear, but still I don't mind. It doesn't matter. I just can't hear a jolly thing. So yeah, it's quite exciting really. I've gone back to the old self of, ignoring the husband. The TV's too loud. The next door neighbour's bound to complain about it shortly. So yeah, so I thought, well, I can wear my headphones and I can turn those right up so I can hear. So that's what I did. So then of course I'm in my own little world because I've got the headphones on. So yeah, it's all very exciting, isn't it? A very polar experience. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking these little houses. So I'm very happy. Very, very happy. I feel like I'm losing the needle. It's getting colder and colder. But at least the rain isn't falling as heavy as the other day, so you can't complain. So yes, Labour weekend. This is a big place for that sort of thing. So around this area is called Black Bull. You have the Black Bull Hilton, which of course they're no longer allowed to call it the Hilton because, the Hilton company complained about them being known as the Black Bull Hilton, even though they were the Hilton before the Hilton was the Hilton. That makes any sense at all to anyone. So it's the original one. It's been like that since, I don't know. Black Bull was one of the first places that was colonised in this area. They've got coal, which is greatly appreciated, and they had trees. Of course, they're all gone now, and they didn't replant because they've got gold as well as coal around Black Bull. So the Hilton is one of those famous places, but it was also Black Bull is where the union for New Zealand was started. So a lot of the miners went on strike because they weren't being paid a fair wage. And so the New Zealand Union was created. And so they're very, Labour Day is a big thing there in Black Bull. And so we've got special markets on. I went to a market yesterday uptown and it rained on us all. It was so funny. They've got all these lovely food stalls and everything, but that's okay. It was all food I couldn't eat. So thankfully I gave it all a miss. And it was just lovely. I did bump into a few people and of course I couldn't talk because it's just useless at the moment. Now, it's this one here, which I was thinking, I don't know if I should have picked that because now I'm not going to find that colour anywhere. But maybe I can. No, it's a turquoise green. Have I got a I haven't got a turquoise green, but I've got this green, so I'm going to go with this green. It won't matter. Look, I've gone for a different pink. And this is changes colour, so that's all right. Just get all nicely threaded up. I'm just going to use however many threads I've got there. There we go. loving these houses. They need doors and a window. Do they have windows in those places on the beach? I don't know. I'll have to go look at them. I'm just doing my own thing here a little bit, but not too bad. Let's have a look. So I think this is definitely the wrong. Oh, it's not too bad, is it? Just hold this down. I wonder how long I've been. No, I think it's nearly half an hour and I've only done 3 little houses. I'll just keep on going. I still can't hear the motorbikes, so I take it they've finally cancelled them. I haven't been online this morning into Facebook or anything and checked all that out. I did watch, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I finally got around to Christie's video, and she did some lovely dyeing. I think I've already mentioned that. So we're using Inktense pencils, and it was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know, I find that very relaxing, watching other people dye fabrics. So yeah, I had noticed that about myself. So yeah, they're doing all the work and I'm just sitting there looking at all the prettiness. So yeah, I do want to get in and do some dyeing of my own. So yeah. I think I could just hear a rumble then, but that could have been thunder, to tell you the truth. I don't know. So we've got a special market on today up in our civic centre, which I hope to get to, ergo the very early bit here. I'm missing out on church again, but I don't care. I've got my thick jumper on. Oh, this is a gorgeous jumper. Oh, and I found an original swan dry the other day uptown at the other market, so I was very excited. It's a bit battered and beaten, and I said to the lady, how much do you want for this? And I was thinking, oh, I can't afford it. What are you doing, Paula? But she only wanted $10, so I bought it. I'm going to fix it up and wear it. Yep, it's falling apart in places. The seams are coming apart on it. But I thought I can soon fix that up. I'll put it through my sewing machine and sew her all up and get her all nicely fixed. And I'll be able to wear that next winter. Although the way I'm thinking at the moment, if I'd fixed it up quickly, I could wear it today because it's jolly cold. I'm such a wimp. Such a wimp. So there we go. Nearly finished. Oh, this was a relaxing thing to do today. I always find this very relaxing. I think that's why I want to do another one, and I'm quite keen to do it portrait style, have it really long. So I also need to go into pins and needles with this, and I want to get some big buttons for the end. Or I did think I could do a yo-yo and put that there. So yeah, there's a couple of things I can do. So maybe we'll do that next week. We'll first of all, the next one I do will not have felt on the back. It's just going to be material. So I've learned a few things by doing this first one, and I'm just going to meander on down and do different colours and that sort of thing. So I think I'll make it, I don't know, I think I might just do lots and lots of different colours on it. And you know, I can have ducks in a pond and a house and a city, and you know, I really want to make it into something different. Now that I've done my first one, and I feel like I've finally, you know, I got that piece of that scroll from Annie, and I've done what I kind of set out to do on it. I do love the little bunny on it. I think that's the nicest thing. So yep, I need to put more things in the sky. I feel like birds and that sort of thing, and I want to grab some shells and put some shells here and there on it. So I've got a bit more to do on this when I think about it. And I'll have to get some, what do you call it? I've forgotten. I need to put the heat on here to get rid of the bit of pen that I put down. So that's not going to take much. So I'll do that. I'm just doing an overstitch here on the end too. And the whole thing needs overstitching. So yep, there'll be another one on this one, I guess. But next week we will also get into making another one. I'd actually really like a proper scroll, so I'm going to have to think about this. I feel I want it a bit wider, so I'm wondering if I can make a scroll out of some toilet paper tubes. So I'm just wondering about that, and I think I can. So I might have a little play around, and then I can have it a little bit wider, where the width that I would like, and I can also put buttons on the end and that sort of thing. And yep, it should be quite interesting just to experiment and play around with things. I like to do that, in case you haven't all guessed already. Right. I thought I had. Oh, that was silly of me. Never mind, I'll sort that out later. Now this house doesn't need a door, but every single one needs a roof. And I'm just going to use 6 threads. Since I've now realised you can use 6 threads. I don't know how easy it is to thread this needle with 6 threads. There we go. Now, I'm going to start from here. And I saw them pulling on it, but what I want to do, I just want to go through here and put the roof like so. I think this will work, so let's have a little look, see. Yep. Kind of gives it that gingerbready look that I like. I'm leaving it quite loose, so it looks like a tile, at least I hope it does. Now, I think I have to go down to here. Oh, I can see that was a bad mistake of mine. And I just want to do one up here. I might go through twice up here. Yep, that to me is great. And then hopefully I can bring it around the outside. Oh, just what I'm wanting. I think there's enough here to do the other roof down below, at least I'm hoping. Just got to pull it through. So there we go. That looks rather cool. I'm going to do exactly the same over here. keeping it on the outside. Keeping it quite loose. Turning it, keeping it on the outside. Oh, I hope I've got enough. Nothing like a little bit of thread chicken to start your morning with. It always makes it exciting. I'd also like to hang off some bunting. I don't know. When I think of England, I always think of bunting too. All the old movies I've watched where you've got street parties and that sort of thing, and everyone's sitting there and they've got bunting out, and you know, it's the king and the queen or whatever's happening, and it just looks lovely. Absolutely. It looks like so much fun. I love bunting. Bunting, here we will go. Just going to be a bit more discerning here with this knot. Oh, and I need to add a piece of fabric on the back. Isn't that what you do? That's no good, so I'm throwing that in my oiled container. Oh, lovely. Really liking that. Another piece of white. And I think it's got 6 on there. I'm just using all 6 again. Actually, I really like that. There's something about it I really, really like. So, yeah. Right, so I'm just going to do the roof over here, and I'm going to leave the rest of the decorations. So we've got little doors, a window, and we need to put a piece of fabric all the way along the back and get that stitched down. And I also want to do some more in the sky, so a few birds. So I think we'll do the doors and the windows, and I'd like some bunting. So we'll see if we can get some bunting in here. Would be rather cool. From the inside out. So if you've liked today's little natter and chatter as we just sit down and relax with a little bit of rather fun and funky scroll work, get some pieces together, and next week as I make another one you can join along. If I do the toilet paper idea, the toilet roll idea I mean, I'll tell you on Thursday, or maybe we'll make the what do you call it, the spool on Thursday. After my chat might be a good idea. So if you want to learn to make a toilet roll spool, we'll do that on the Thursday, and that'll be lots of fun to do together. So yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow for Susanna's piece, and if you've liked this, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I am going to shoot off, put this together, and while it's uploading and sending itself to YouTube, I'm going to have a little bit of fun at the market for Labor Day fun. So there we go. So that's what we've completed today. We've put 1, 2, 3 little houses on, and next week we will decorate them up and have lots of fun. So I'll see you then, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, and if you're a New Zealander, have a lovely day off tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching. Bye everyone. Bye.